I was born and raised in so-called Persia. So glad I've been around nice and friendly people as my family and relatives. Growing up, I've been fascinated by the spiritual vibe of my hometown, Isfahan, and it has always been something interesting about that town, which could be because of the historical buildings or the wisdom of people. I was born as the first child of a young family, and I was very close to my grandparents, especially my grandmother. She's also a Libra, and there was a very beautiful dynamic. I can remember she used to cook for me when my mother was at the school and make sure I have some snacks going to school. And my classmates always asking me for the local cookies. She used to make them, and I was just famous for having all of those cookies and sharing them at school. Then my parents decided to have more children. I have two younger brothers, and it gave me that responsibility to take care of them a little bit growing up. Yeah, I remember when I was a little kid, all of my cousins, let's say most of them were getting married because I was one of the youngest. And I had one cousin who was living in Tehran, and we couldn't meet each other every day. Occasionally, during the Persian New Year or other ceremonies or family gatherings, I had the chance to play with her, and it's interesting. She was completely different. I have black hair, she was blonde, whiter skin. She looks like Europeans. We call it barbecue time. That's what I'm really missing here, the family dynamic, meeting my grandparents, Yalda night. It's something like Thanksgiving here. And at this time of the year, that was always interesting for me to get the new clothes and getting ready for Nowruz and expecting gifts from my uncles, aunts, grandparents, and everybody because I was the youngest one and they were spoiling me. So yeah, I miss them a lot. Until the end of my undergrads, I was not seriously thinking about going abroad. And during the pandemic, I started from doing the things I really wanted to do, but I never get the chance to do them because I was so busy with the school program. So I studied for IELTS, and after a while, they closed all of the centers. I switched to Duolingo English test. I passed it with a good score, and I started from there applying for the universities abroad. We didn't have any Iranian. And at home, my roommates were not Iranian. I even didn't get a chance to join any Iranian cultural events. So it was not something I wanted to do on purpose, but I was really busy in my first year. And my second year, I had a little bit more free time, but talking to my parents constantly helped me to remember who I am and where I'm coming from. Four seasons, and the seasons change significantly one after each other. At this time of the year in Iran, I'm pretty sure everywhere you can see blossoms. But if I do not check my calendar, sometimes I have hard time to figure out which day, which month, which season we are in. It just doesn't change at all. It's cold summer, cold winter. The interesting part is we get the warm fall just for a couple of weeks and again cold spring.
الان که دارم این پیغام صوتی رو ضبط میکنم 24 اسفند سال 1403 هست و توی زندان آلکاتراز در حالی که پرنده ها اطراف من در حال پرواز هستند. دلم میخواد به خانوادم و تمام دوستان و آشنایانم در ایران بگم که خیلی دلم براتون تنگ شده و آرزو میکنم به زودی ببینمتون. آرزو میکنم در سال جدید اتفاقی بیفته که بتونیم دوباره کنار هم جمع بشیم. عیدتون پیشاپیش مبارک و مواظب خودتون باشید.